Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Drew Creal, and I'm really excited about the Helix 3.0 update. That's really awesome. And I hope you enjoyed my fun little song, which features some of these new updates and updated tones. But I just wanted to take some time to talk about them and talk about some of the stuff that I'm really excited about. And so I've got this cool little setup where we're going to look at some of the features. I'm going to open up Helix Native, and we're just going to go through some of the tones that I used on the song that you listened to. And I'm just going to talk about the update for those of you that are out cruising the highways and byways of the United States and beyond. You will be able to listen to me talk about all of the exciting things in the update. I like to raise my voice higher and higher when I get excited. Okay, so it's called the Along Came Polly update. Ooh, that's very nice. I'm not sure why it needs a name like that, but I like it. Okay, and it's got some cool graphics that make us seem like we're in the future kind of behind it. That's really cool as well. Okay, so new amps. We've got the Benzin Mega, the Benzin Lead, and the US Princess. Fender Princeton, Diesel VH4 channel 3 and VH4 channel 4 rhythm and lead. Really badass tones. Okay, new cabs, just Princess cabs. Ooh, Princess. Okay, moving on. Helix effects, there's quite a few, there's a lot of them. Horizon Drive, Swedish Chainsaw, which you heard a little bit ago. Pocket Fuzz, Bighorn Fuzz, Ballistic Fuzz, Horizon Gate, Acoustic Sim, Poly Detune, Poly Sustain, Glitch Delay, Poly Pitch, Poly Wham, Poly Capo, 12-string, Stereo Imager. Those are all of the new sounds and new effects. Okay, it seems as though Line 6 is working with some Digitech folks. Maybe they hired them all. Maybe they gave them a place to work, since Digitech is kind of dropping the ball in the last 10 to 15 years. Love DoD, love Digitech. I'm not sure about that Harman company. They're kind of sketchy. But anyway, I love Digitech stuff. I'm a huge Digitech nerd. I still use their stuff. I have a 2101. I have a 2120. And some of the pitch shifting effects are amazing because they track really well, and they have this very Twin Peaks nostalgic 90s kind of thing that I really like. Okay, and it makes me think about Alan Holdsworth, which makes me really happy. So the Horizon Drive really kicks ass. Glad that's in the Helix now. It has a built-in noise gate that works for bass and guitar. Really cool. There's a bass and guitar switch. Swedish Chainsaw, turn everything up to 10 and have a great time. Don't really know anything about the other fuzzes, but there is also a Horizon Gate. Excuse me. Horizon Gate. Really cool. So that's the noise gate that I used on all of the amazing heavy stuff that you just heard me play. Okay, what else do we got here? Poly Sustain, Glitch Delay. These are all new Line 6 original sounds. Poly Pitch. For the clean guitar sound in the song that you just heard, I'm using Poly Pitch, and it's amazing. The only problem is that it chews up literally all of your DSP. So the only thing I had in the signal chain there was, Poly Pitch, amp, cabinet. That's it. And then I had to use a bunch of other post effects. Okay. Another really exciting thing is this thing called True Preset Spillover. Okay, it's another sort of thing where you're going to have to put your DSP on the chopping block. But what it allows you to do is when you go from preset 1A to preset 1B, all of the beautiful delays and reverbs can now spill over onto the other. This is not available for HX Stomp or HX Effects, but it's available for all of the other things. Very exciting. Another thing that I like is this thing called Favorites, and this other thing called User Model Defaults, which are basically the same exact thing. For your effects and things like that, you can have favorite settings so that every time you open that effect, everything will be right where you left it. Just like Mom's Kitchen, right? And for user model defaults, every time you open up an amp, it's going to be set up the way that you liked it, okay? And I like that. That's great, because when I'm A-Bing and I'm switching between all these different amps, I don't want it to go back to whatever kind of goofy default preset that Line 6 thinks it needs, okay? I'm only going to mention really one other thing. There's a few other things that I'm not going to mention, but you guys can read. 8 blocks in HX Stomp. Incredible. Wow. I have an HX Stomp, and it's really great. I love it. And now I can I can use more effects. I can do more things. I'm looking at this now, and it says that warning, DSP overload. Okay. It looks like it chews up a lot of DSP, but I look at it more of it as a utility thing. If I want to add an extra noise gate, or if I want to put an EQ in there, if I want to, I don't know, use an extra delay just to fatten things up or something, some sort of low DSP thing, that is available. Okay, tuner in Helix Native, that's nice. You know what's not nice, though? Tuning your guitar when the distortion and the effects are on. Okay, so I don't know if there's a way to turn that crap off so that you can tune, but I think it's nice, but it's also just like, dude, I got to turn all this crap off to tune my guitar. Artist presets. There's a bunch of artist presets. That's exciting. That's fun. Kind of get you started with some of this new crap that's in here. This is probably the most exciting Christmas morning present that I've ever received, because I bought a Helix. I've actually owned a couple of them over the years, and it's just a gift that keeps on giving, just like, you know, just like the best gift ever. Okay, so let's look at some of these tones and let's get into the sounds. All right, you guys, so I'm just going to run you through a few of the tones that I used for the song that you heard at the beginning. We're going to start with this one. I called it Guitar Precision, and the setting that I have, it's called Gent God, and it looks like this, and it sounds like this. Oh, you can't hear that. Yay. Let's turn it on. Yeah, so that's what it sounds like. It sounds really cool. Yeah, I'll turn this down. So what that is that's the amp is the Das Benzen Mega, so channel 3 of the Diesel VH4, legendary German amplifier. Okay, and then I've got a compressor. Usually always use a compressor when I'm making heavy tones, gent stuff. Horizon drive set up as you can see here. After that, Horizon gate. And then amp. 2 different cabinets just for fun. These are all own hammer IRs. Okay, and then 2 random effects that I'm not even using at all. Okay, so that is my precision. And then when I record, I just do a left and a right. And what's amazing about Helix Native is I don't have to put 49 plugins on my guitar. I can just put Helix Native on there, and it's really great, and it sounds awesome. Okay, let's move on to the next tone. I call this one the chainsaw, because I'm using the HM2. Okay. What? Why does it say Horizon drive? Oh, because I have the wrong Helix Native open. Let's go to the right one. Here we go. So let's listen to some chainsaw sounds. Okay, cool. So that's what it sounds like. I'm using the Soldano lead overdrive amp, just with not very much gain. I played a bunch of different amps with the HM2, and the Soldano seemed to be the best. So once again, compressor, Swedish chainsaw, everything's cranked up to 9, because 10 was just a little too much. Okay. Horizon gate for, you know, noise gate action. Okay. And then once again, 2 cabs. Okay. This crap over here is just for looks. Awesome. So that's my chainsaw sound. That's the sound that you heard second place in the song. Okay. Now we're going to move on. And the last, that really choppy part of the song, that last part, I used a Rev amp model. So let's listen to what that sounds like. We're going to turn this on here. Man, quite a bit of drive on there. But yeah, so I'm using the Rev green, Rev Gen purple and red. Both of those channels are awesome. Amazing for modern metal. Derek from Rev is actually a friend of mine. Every time he comes to Nashville, he's like, "Hey man, I'm going to be in town and let's hang out." And we've gone out to eat a couple times together. Just a wonderful human being. And if you're going to spend a couple $1,000s on an amp that sounds amazing, it might as well be the people that are nice to you, you know? But amazing company, amazing tones. I'm glad that I have access to those. One day it would be really nice to own one of those generators, but a generator costs like couple grand. But anyway, okay. So real quick, I'll just go over the bass tone. We're also using Helix Native for bass. Okay. Here's what the guitar sounds playing bass. Okay. You don't need to hear that, but Ampeg SVT4 Pro. I played all these. I like the Woody Blue. That's second place. First place, though, is the SVT4 Pro. It was just the only one that sounded like bass, you know? Like, the other ones were just... I had a really difficult time dialing the other ones in. But yeah, so that's what's going on with that. Those are all of my buses right there. Let's go back up to the top, and let's talk a little bit about the clean guitar stuff here. So I actually might just play out of both of them at the same time so you can hear them. But here is that poly pitch thing that I was talking about, and I'm playing some interesting like sharp 11 chords. You know, and I'm kind of moving them around in different ways. There it is. Right. So, as I mentioned before, this guy, Polypitch, just chews the crap out of your DSP. It's just going to use all of it. But, you know, it's worth it because it sounds like heaven. You know? For that new Boards of Canada record that you're working on. Yeah, to get the reverb and delay, I've got quite a bit of other crap on top of that. There you go. Party time, console, and separate compressor that late in the chain. That never happens, but you know what? Whatever sounds good. But yeah, so those are all of my Helix sounds. I guess what I'll do is I'll leave you guys with a little bit of this poly pitch sound. I think it turned out really nice. I'll just go ahead and play some different things for you, and we'll call it a day. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please comment. Please sign up for notifications, because all of that stuff really helps my channel. I'm trying to grow, and I'm trying to get to the next level with this YouTube thing. So help me out any way you can. Share a video if you think this was good, if this was fun. I would greatly appreciate it. Have an excellent rest of your day, and happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, and let's try to get to 2021, and hopefully things will start looking a little bit better next year. All right, deuces.